Earlier July, rapper A$AP Rocky and 2 of his acquaintances were detained in Swedish custody. This was all because of an altercation that happened on June 30th. Now, him and his whole entire crew, I would call, they try to ignore this. They try to walk away. They try to warn the people that they had an altercation with to leave and to ignore this whole entire situation altogether. That's what they're trying to do. They weren't trying to start any problems or anything like that, so it was definitely not intentional on their side. Now, what started this whole entire mess is the fact that A$AP Rocky and his crew, they were being followed by, I would say, possible fans, maybe even, stalkers, but they wouldn't leave them alone for some reason, and they kept following them all over the place. This started to cause quite a commotion, bringing tension between both sides, and unfortunately it started to escalate from there. Now, at first, you have the security guard who, actually, I think that he's doing the right thing. He starts telling them to stay back, he's gonna give the warnings at least. Again and again, the group does not listen to the warnings of Rocky's security team. At this point, the heat is turning up. And not in a good way. Literally, both sides, they're so mad at this point from dealing with each other. I don't know what's going on with the guy that's following him, but he's so obsessive and he won't leave them alone. He just keeps going at it and at it. The security guard, he keeps making warnings, and even A$AP Rocky, if you look at the clip, he goes up to the guy. He just says, "You don't want to do this. We don't want a problem." He's very, very calm. He's very quiet. When he talks to him, he's not being mean. He's not even yelling or anything like that. He's literally talking to him in a very patient manner. Then literally, out of nowhere, the guy that's from the group, he just randomly goes up to either the associate or the security guard, I'm not exactly sure, but literally he goes up to somebody in the group that's not Rocky and attacks them, and he keeps attacking them. Then the security guard, he asks them to leave once again, and all of a sudden, the guy gets really close to A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky, literally, he picks this guy up and throws him, and the guy looks like I don't know, kind of like if he threw a starfish or something. He's literally spinning around his legs and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. But it's crazy. It looks nuts. Rocky, whoa, I did not expect that. Thought your security guard was going to handle things, but apparently he got really, really mad. Now, I definitely don't agree with this. I don't agree with violence. I still think that, yeah, there's a difference of self-defense and whatnot, but nobody was, bleeding, nobody was about to die, or they're really severely hurt or anything like that. I think it was, really, really minor, and that they could have tried to get away from the situation. I think, okay, once they realized that they were being followed and they realized that these guys weren't going to stop following them, they probably should have called a cab and tried to get away, maybe try to drive away, go inside a building, call the police or something, instead of trying to deal with it, yourself. It's not like anybody in the group had a fight for their life or anybody was severely injured, but the matter of fact is that the guy that was following them, he attacked them first. So when he attacked the associate, that's a part of self-defense, don't you think? I believe simply that they were defending themselves and they were just trying to not have the situation escalate, but unfortunately it kept escalating and kept getting worse than how it originally started because, the guy wasn't giving up. He literally kept following them all over the place. You have to watch the video. Because A$AP Rocky and his team are American, they had to stay there and be detained. That does make sense. So they can't leave the country, they can't try to escape. You don't know what they're gonna do, even though he's popular. He could still technically leave. So yeah, having them detained, it makes sense, and that is fair. So yeah, everything makes sense why I got detained in the first place, but it doesn't make sense why literally, okay, right now it's July 21st. The incident happened on June 30th, so it's almost a month later of him just being detained, not knowing what charges he has, not knowing literally what's going on, and also they said that, it's not really good treatment too, that he's not really getting clean water and that he was put in a room with literally only a mat or something, so it's really ridiculous. How long does it take to, realize what crime he committed? What's going on with the Swedish government and keeping him in custody that long? It makes zero sense at all. Literally, it makes no sense, to the point where people are complaining to our president. And finally, Donald Trump spoke out 2 days ago. So yeah, just a few days back ago on Twitter, he tweeted this. Just spoke to Kanye West about his friend A$AP Rocky's incarceration. And look how he puts the $sign too. That's pretty amazing and a little bit shocking. So he continues on. I will be calling the very talented Prime Minister of Sweden to see what we can do about helping A$AP Rocky. So many people would like to see this quickly resolved. After this tweet, the media, literally, they went wild with it, and I think they're kind of shocked, just like me. I had no idea that this was going to happen or that he would actually try to really help him out. Now, I knew about this story for the last few weeks, and I was keeping up with it just a little bit, but when Trump got in the picture, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But just like usual, no matter what Trump seems to do, he could literally find the cure to cancer, and he would still be criticized for it. So, I mean, of course, him helping ASAP Rocky, that was a threat to a lot of people in the media, having unneeded criticism all over. And apparently the Swedish Prime Minister, they said that, he should remain in jail, that being the rapper ASAP Rocky should still stay there, and that, he's not going to get any special treatment just because Trump wanted to ask for that and try to, get him out of there. After going back and forth with the Prime Minister, having I would say a little bit of a fuss, Trump, he decides that, you know what? Fine, forget it. And he tweets out and he tells, one of the first things he says, I will cover ASAP Rocky's bail, or, maybe we'll look into an alternative. And it's like, he does not have to go this far. I don't think he's doing it for attention. I think this is a type of guy that he is, and he's showing his characters. True colors are really showing, and that's a good thing, because now you can see that, he's not a bad guy. Also in the tweet that he tweeted out, this was yesterday, so basically what he was saying is that, after everything that was going on back and forth, he did get to talk to the Prime Minister on the phone. And the Prime Minister assured him that Rocky will be treated fairly, and he's not going to have any, mistreatment or anything like that. He will be treated fairly. Trump also added in a phone call that ASAP Rocky, he's not a flight risk, and nobody should worry about him being on a plane. Of course, you have the president talking about that. They're not going to let anything weird happen with ASAP Rocky. And of course, I don't think ASAP Rocky wants that to go on either, because if you look at the video and you think about it, he didn't want to be in the situation in the first place. He was literally trying to get away, and they warned the other guy that started everything literally so many times. And what I actually found out that's even more unfortunate would be the fact that, okay, let's say that Trump, he said he was going to pay for his bail or look for an alternative. Well, in Sweden, they don't even have bail when you go to jail. They don't have that option. So let's say you go to jail. No, you're not going to have a bail. Nobody has one. So yeah, that's not going to happen. And unfortunately, everybody, we just have to wait right now and see what they're going to say about Rocky. I don't know if this is going to be another month or another 2 months that they're going to be dealing with this. Hopefully not. And hopefully it's resolved literally before this month even ends. Now, before I wrap this video up, there's one thing that I really needed to highlight, and this is another rapper's statement that they made to TMZ on July 17th. So recently, they just made this statement, and it's a quick statement because, once they start talking to TMZ, they're like, yeah, I don't really trust the media, but here, I'll tell you one thing. So I don't think they really trust the media, but I don't trust the media either. The rapper's name is Quavo, and basically he starts saying that, Rocky is not alone, and that last time he was in Sweden, he was abused by the cops. Apparently, he said that now he's going to have to think twice before ever stepping foot in Sweden again, that it's not worth it, because last time, him and his camera crew, literally right when they got to Sweden, they were put on the curb by cops. He said they really wanted to lock him up, but in the end, they just decided to let them go. That's really all he said, and we don't know the full story. He could have done something wrong, could have been, his own fault. I'm not there, I don't have proof, I don't have anything else, but his small statement that he made, and just going by his statement, look what's happening with ASAP Rocky. So I think that Sweden is getting very strict, and it could, not really be worth even traveling to if you're going to be in trouble, if you're going to be held there. All in all, this wouldn't have even been possible of Trump interfering if you didn't have Kim Kardashian and Kanye West try to contact him. Originally, it's because I think Kim, she contacted someone that works for Trump, or vice versa. It was like Kanye West. All I know is that Kim and Kanye, they got into it, and they are the ones that pretty much started this whole entire thing. It's kind of funny that, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Trump do more for the Black community than Democrats can ever do. On that note, I'm going to head out, but I'm going to have another video coming very shortly. There's a lot of videos on my channel if you want to go check them out. And if you want to support this channel, you could go down below to my bio at my PayPal, my Subscribe star. So I'll check you next time.